Welcome to my weekend project, guys, and I want you to roll with me on this one because if you are a big lover of 1948 Leaf, you're gonna love this, and if you're not, you're gonna become one. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is probably one of the top 5 sets of cards, in my opinion, ever made. I love them, and just the size, the colors, they're fantastic. And throughout the years, you guys have probably watched me work on some of my favorites, like the Babe Ruth, the Jackie Robinson, the Jack Dempsey, the Joe Louis. Who else do I love? The Joe DiMaggio. Classics, classics in this set. And I just want to take this time to do like a step-by-step, a rehab when you have a 48 Leaf that has all the issues from being an old card, So this one is dirty, right? We got a lot of stains going on. It's wrinkled. Stain on the front, it's stained and wrinkled. So we're gonna do a few steps here today, okay guys? So let me walk you through the steps. So like step 1, the goal is we gotta get this card clean and better shape, but I wanna start with steps. So like, I'm gonna need to get this card fully soaked. But first, I want to do a pre-treat. So think about like when, if you're a kid or if you got kids and you're out playing in the grass and you get grass stains, you can't just throw the pants or whatever in the washing machine because you're going to pull them out and they're going to still have stains on them. So you got to pre-treat it. So what we're going to do, step number 2 is going to be, we're going to spray the card pads and we're going to do a semi-soak. And I'm going to show you that. But step 1, you guys, is I want to put this under the microscope and look at these corners because I want to get them in the right position. I don't want to hold them in a bent position. So I feel like we can unpack these first. So we're going to unpack the corners first, and then we will move on to step 2, which is a pre-treat. All right, so join me at the microscope. So as I expected, you guys can see that I think we got all the paper here, but we're just a little dog ear here. So this is a key part because you can save this, but you don't want to like get your fingernail in there and try to like flip it over. You can mess it up. So we're just going to use a detail Q-tip with a little bit of card spray on it. So it's just a little damp, okay? So we're going to transfer some moisture via card spray on that corner, and it should open up like a door, you guys. Let's just watch it here for a second. When you activate an old corner like that, it will typically open up, and you don't need to do a whole lot of work. So just kind of like tap and back up. All right, I'm watching it, and see how it's lifting up, you guys, on its own. I didn't even touch it yet, but it wants to go back to its normal spot. It was pinned down there, So let's just help it out a little bit. Perfect. Let's save the corner. So let's keep it there. All right. So now we got that folded over, and then let's look at the other one. I mean, not a whole lot out of place. It's just, rather beat up. All right, I'm fine with that. I'm just unpacking them because I don't want them to, I don't want to smush them down any further. I want to get them flat and in their right position and then breathe whatever life I can back into this cool old card. So, okay, I'm cool with that, and I'm cool with that. Let's meet for step 2 for the pre-treat. All right, so now we got our corners in place, and now I'm gonna get the pads like decently wet here, you guys. So I'm just gonna use card spray, and I'm going to do, and I am kind of like shooting like a card area kind of spot, you know what I mean? And see how I'm close? It's wet, like that. That's what I want. This is gonna be a wet card sandwich, and I'll kind of draw a card with my finger. Okay, so cool. Check it out. There we go, Johnny. And we're gonna do the same thing at the top. And then I'm gonna hold it like that. So super wet. Now, before we go away, since this, guys, is gonna be, appreciate you watching, I'm gonna make it a cool before and after at the end of this, but it's really important to walk you through all the steps because it's cliche, but the devil's in the details on these things. So like, just little steps like this are important. So keep watching if you love working on old cards and you want to get them clean, get them looking their best, and then learn how to dry them properly and make them look great. And then, you know, make a project that you're happy to show your to show off to your buddies, you know. So what I'm gonna do is just look real quick, and now you guys see how I got it kind of like, it's wet, right? But we're gonna go for it. So now it's flat, and all this pre-treating right here is gonna really help just break down all the old stains, loosen up all the old wrinkles. So when we go to soak it, which is gonna be step 3, will be the card soak, we're gonna have a head start, man. It's gonna be like way easier on us. You see how we got like a dry spot still? Let's like get it wet. All right, so when we're talking about details here, I'm gonna set my, you don't even need to bother with clips or anything like that. You guys just put it there. You can put your card spray on top just to hold a little light pressure on it. Just leave it. So I'm gonna come back in 1 hour. I'm gonna say, right to my iPhone, set timer. I'll be back in 1 hour, and then we're gonna soak it for 20 minutes. All right, so I'll see you at step 3, and then step 4 will be the drying process. Fast forward, join me for part 3 of our restoration on a 1948 leaf card. So we've had the semi-soak for, I'll admit, a little over an hour, about an hour and 20 minutes. I got caught up upstairs, but no worries, okay? So as you guys can see, man, we got the pre-treatment going. We got it nice and saturated. So what we're gonna do next, you guys, is now I'm just gonna do right on the dot, I'll do a 30-minute card soak. And I wanted to use this bright white card tray, or soak tray, because I want you to see the amount of dirt and everything that we can pull out of it, because it's kind of a cool thing to see. So let me get this positioned well for you guys. And we're gonna get our Johnny Hop. And I'm gonna flip it over and put John on the top. And so our pre-treatment is done. We're gonna do 30 minutes in card spray here. And throughout the 30 minutes, guys, I'm not gonna do a whole lot, but I will make sure that I use my finger, go around the perimeter of the card, just touch the card and help release, you know, any of the old atmosphere stains or dirty stains in there. And I know it's still pretty yellow and dingy right now, but I think that we're gonna have a nice turnaround here. And then you'll have all 4 steps of how to do a restoration on a 48 leaf. And you know what? These 4 steps aren't just for a 48 leaf. These are gonna be on any vintage or paper card that you collect from, you know, the vintage era all the way pretty much through the 70s and 80s at least, you know. So a real versatile 4-step rehab process here. But we're gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. We'll be back, and then I'll show you the drying process. Step 4, time to dry it. And if you guys notice, remember when it was clear, and now look at the solution. It's like brown and yellow. It did the job, all right? So we got a lot of grody, just years of atmosphere and stuff out of the card. So now, guys, what I'm gonna do next is we're gonna gently remove the card. And we'll take a second, you guys, to check that out. It's awesome, isn't it? I like the dirt in there, not on my old card. So easy stuff so far, right, guys? We're just kind of just doing simple steps. So this simple step is we're gonna pat it dry. Okay, and then pick up your mat. Just pat that part dry for now. We're gonna do the same process with the front. And it's very wet, right? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a pad on the front. Flip this around. I like putting 2 chamois on the back to pull the moisture out, and we're gonna pull the moisture out, you guys. Picture this. We're gonna put this on the back and we're gonna pull the moisture this way. That means we're not pulling moisture through the front of the card. the chamois is way more absorbent than our black card sandwich pads. So what that means is we're gonna get a nice even dry, but the front pad is just gonna be there to retain that nice flat surface. And we're gonna get that surface nice and flat. I'm just being particular here for a second, guys, and I want you to be too. I want that right in the middle there. Put this on there. There we go. And then I won't make you sit around for this, but I'm gonna put my clips. So we're gonna put 4 clips. I'll show you guys when we open it up. Here's what all I'm gonna do today, is I'm gonna change out the chamois. Probably, I wanna get this done. I could probably get this done today, guys. So I'm gonna just check it every hour or so because I'm just around and keep on trading out the chamois. I'll probably have to trade out the front pad, but I'll do that and I'll show you when we get to the end. Stay tuned. All right, you made it to the final installment. Here we go. Chamois on top, you guys, because today around midday, the card felt 98% dry. So I just went back to our mats. But yesterday, Saturday, I changed out the chamois 3 or 4 times throughout the afternoon, evening. And then I changed it again this morning, put dry ones on. And then by midday, it felt good. So I just put it back between the black mats. And let's take a look at this together, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, this restoration, I'll get asked sometimes, what do you call it? Card care, prep, restoration, this, that. You know, I look at it as, let's not add anything to them or take anything away from them, but take the steps we can to get them back to looking like they did, you know, close to the days when they were released. The best you can, whether it's sports cards, gaming cards, whatever, but whatever you want to call it, you guys, I thoroughly enjoy doing this with you, and I love showing you the stuff we get to do, and appreciate all the great stuff you guys show me. So let's take a look. And as you guys can see already, pretty cool, right? For how damaged and weathered and everything it was. John's looking really good. Surface looks awesome. You know, we worked on the corners together, right? Work on your corners and edges first. If you have to do a card soak or something like that, it just helps you kind of get everything in place. Pulled a lot of dirt out of it. I mean, the white around the card, and that looks a lot better to me. Pretty cool, right? So then let's flip it over. Gotta take a look at the back. I always like the back improvement. That was a really rough back. Still got a little patina, and I mean, there's a lot of wrinkles in there, but just a thorough, fun, cleaning, easy process. And pick up some base cards from the favorite years that you guys collect and just make it a weekend project. Treat it like it's $1 million, you know, because it's fun and it will help you work on bigger cards that you acquire in your collection. You can take your collector hat off and put your card restoration hat on and know how to do it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for all the requests, you guys, and hope all is well with your projects. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.